Hi Taurus, welcome to your July 2022 Taroscope with me, Raphael from Reydiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. Quick note, my readings are for your sun, moon and ascendant sign. So whether you're a sun, moon or rising sign Taurus, this is for you. And I always advise that you watch all three to get a clearer, more complete picture of how they're going to speak to you. With that said, remember they are general readings. Not everything's going to resonate with everybody, and that is just fine. You should always use your own discernment. Before we start, as always, I would like to bless my decks of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance, and I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise. They help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. So I'm going to pop these down here to the side and these here. Alright, so for your actions and interactions with the world at large over the course of the month, you get the Eight of Wands. So it's going to be a very busy month of communication for you. It's going to be a really busy and dynamic month when it comes to maybe sharing your ideas with the world. I wouldn't be surprised as well for some of you if this is a month where you are gaining a lot of new information and insight. I also like this as well for big changes when it comes to your plans or your action plans. Like, this is a month of doing for a lot of you. Okay, this is going to be a very dynamic month. It's going to be a very fast month, very communicative. It's going to be a month where things really are driving forward and pushing forward. So I really like this for you. I will say, because it is the Eight of Wands, this may also it might be a month where you're dealing with a lot of moving parts in places, or with in places that you can't see, or with people that are at a distance to you in some way. For your communications and conversations, you have the Strength card. So what do we see here? First thing that we see, the Strength card is number 8. The Eight of Wands is the number 8. 2-8 represents new knowledge, new wisdom, new insight is coming through. With that Strength card in the communications, this is you having the guts, the courage or the strength to have a hard conversation. Now, when I say like a hard conversation, it doesn't have to be an argument. Sometimes it can be giving the piece of advice that you've wanted to give that friend or the sibling. Sometimes it's wanting to say that thing to a partner that you know is, it's going to sting, but it is something that they need to hear. This is about you finding the guts and the courage to share something, to communicate something with the people around you or your world. This might be new knowledge and information that comes in. So let's say, as an example, you get an amazing offer through your job or your work or your business, but it means that you are going to have to live away from home for the next 8 months of the year. That's a hard conversation to have if you've got kids. It's a hard conversation to have if you've got a significant other. It's a hard conversation to have even if you've just got really close, tight-knit friends. So when I say a hard conversation, it doesn't always have to be like, oh, the mother of all arguments. Oh, that's it. Bad news. Chuck the whole reading in the bin. Come on, guys. We need a bit more resilience than that. And, it is the Strength card after all. So you definitely need a bit more resilience than that. But especially with the Eight of Wands, this is having the hard conversation. It might be that you're having a tough conversation with a friend, with a loved one, maybe even somebody that lives at a distance from you. So very, very interesting. This could also be where you are finding your guts and your courage to share something with the wider world. So something that maybe you haven't shared before. This could be about your personal story. It could be about where you're taking your business, what you're going into for work, all of the above. For your heart and hearth and your love and your relations, you've got the Wheel of Fortune. I love this. So this is a turning point in the relationship after a heart-to-heart conversation. So this is, yes, it's a wonderful opportunity for the relationship to flourish, and I was going to say thrive and flourish at the same time. Flourish or thrive. Now I just sound like even more of a counsellor state kid. Your relationship's about to thrive. All right, jokes aside, The Wheel of Fortune there, yes, this bodes very well for relationships, and especially because you've got the Strength card there. So like I said, this is a turning point in the relationship that comes through, or because of a heart to heart. So yes, this might be a tough conversation, but it is one that really opens doors in the relationship and the partnership, and it allows you and a partner to really turn a corner. I love this for being in the right place at the right time. And I also like this for those of you that have been in couples therapy, couples counseling, for those of you that have just been doing work on your relationship and really working hard at it. This is good news. This is the results of that hard work and effort that show up for you this month. It could also be a luck, I really like that. And this 8 of Wands. I like this for like a lucky break. So something that you or your partner has been working on for some time brings results and rewards this month that you get to see in a very tangible way. I love this for good results in relationships. For those of you that are single and looking, I think this is about you. Like, this could be a month where you have the courage to kind of pursue somebody that maybe you thought was out of your league. It's like the change of heart that you're having. It's like through this sort of new boost of self, this new self sort of, actually, you know what? I'm the shit and I'm going to own that. And you would be lucky to have me. Right? I kind of get this feeling that a lot of you are going to reach that point, and so maybe somebody that you thought, like I said, was out of your league, or oh, no, they'll never go for me, or whatever it might be. There is a change of circumstances there, and it's like the door is open. If there's somebody that you see that you think, you know what, I want to date them, I at least want to try, I just want to see if they're interested in me, the door is open. Like, the door is absolutely open. For those of you that are open to meeting somebody or dating somebody, and maybe even if you're in a relationship and you're poly, that's okay as well. There's space for everything in the world. This could be that you meet someone very much by accident in a place or a space that you are probably not expecting, because the Wheel of Fortune, although it's not the full card, it does tend to bring things. Yes, it can be the results of things that we've set into motion, but it's usually something like it's a change in the winds that we don't see coming. So this could be really, really nice. For your money and materials, look at that, you got the Star card with the Wheel of Fortune. So for some of you, this could be you doing business internationally, especially overseas, places like America, Zurich. For those of you that are in places like that, it could be Brighton in the UK, very possible. The Star card suggests online or digital world money. So this could be, maybe some really good news about a crypto investment if you're into that kind of thing. It could be, for some of you, maybe you're getting a website up and running for your business, and it brings really great results really quickly. Now, what do we see here? The 8 of Wands, that's the number 8, obviously. Then you've got the Strength card, which is also number 8, and the Star card, because Aquarius and so this represents Leo, the Star card represents Aquarius. They're direct opposites in the zodiac, but Strength is 8, Star is 17. 1 and 7 gives you 8. So technically you have 3 8s here. 3 8s represents marriage. So this could be a business marriage. Doesn't have to be an actual one. For some of you though, it does look like you're getting proposed to, and maybe very much by surprise. Maybe for some of you this could be very public as well, and I know a lot of Taurians are not very sort of public people. You tend to be a bit more reserved, so it will be interesting to see how that goes. But it could be wonderful nonetheless. So yeah, this could, but like I say, it could be a business marriage that brings fruitful results through the digital sphere, especially if you're working sort of online or in any of those kinds of spaces as well. Yeah, like that. For your first week of the month, you've got the Empress with the 8 of Wands. I love this. For those of you that are negotiating contracts around land, property, all that kind of stuff, highly favoured. I also like this for a lot of you interacting with, I want to say digital, like web designers, you know, digital artists, people that do that kind of work of making your, you know, your business or your page or your whatever more sort of desirable and what's the word? Aesthetically pleasing. So that could be really nice. You could be interacting with a woman overseas or at a distance from you as well. Your second week of the month, you've got the Magician card coupled with the Strength card. While this is going to be a difficult conversation, I actually absolutely believe that it is also going to be one of the best you ever have, and I think you will handle it like a boss. I really like this because it's like the knowledge and the information that you're getting, it allows you to it allows you to say what needs to be said, but in a very masterful or tactful way. So yes, it's going to be a hard conversation, but it's not such an issue that it creates a problem. In fact, it's just going to make everything better. So I really like that. And, you know, with the Magician card being, you know, sharing something big with the world, that Strength card, it's like, this is the right gamble to make. For your third week of the month, you've got the Devil card. So Taurus is a fixed sign. Sorry to say, listen, I got 2 fixed placements is my big 2, so don't worry about it. But you are a little bit stubborn and you might only see one way of doing something. And that Wheel of Fortune, it's bringing you a really solid opportunity. And it's like the Devil card is like, it's almost like you're saying, well, you know, this is going to mess with my setup. It's going to take me out of my comfort zone. Not sure I'm up for that. So I might just say no. Honestly, I think this might be a space or a place where you'll cut your nose off to spite your face. Think about it. For your fourth week of the month, you have the Justice card. So this is a new contract that brings good money. This is a new contract that brings good money, good finances, good resources. It may be something that really puts you ahead or sets you apart, and one that you kind of don't really see coming. I've got to be honest. And look, you've got the Justice card there, and then you've got the Empress card there. So that's a double hit, really, of Venusian energy. So you're beautifying things, making things more aesthetically pleasing, but you've got other stuff going on here as well that really enhances your resources in some way. So for your new moon and full moon, so these technically should be the other way around. So for your new moon, you have the new moon is taking place in the sign of Leo on the 28th of July. Now for you personally, this is in your 4th house of home, family, property, real estate. Totally ties in with the stuff that's going on with the tarot, right? So really interesting there. Your new moon message is the gate 27 and caring, and this card literally represents good news that comes in through the family. Now it is a new moon, so you might not necessarily see the results of it on the 28th. It will probably take at least sort of 2 to 4 weeks to come to fruition, maybe even longer, who knows. But yeah, not only that, the Robin for me is always an omen of good news. Every time that I remember getting good news in my history, there's been a Robin involved in some way. So good news coming there. Your full moon message is the gate 43 and ahead, and your full moon is taking place in your 9th house of publishing, the wider world stage, some form of travel, broadcasting, sharing things on a big or on a global kind of scale. The gate 43 and ahead, I love this card because the lady Denise Matthew, who designed the deck, wonderful human being. You guys have seen her before on my channel. She does the human design and astrology reports with me. And that gate 43 card, she always said, like, when she designed these cards, she said, this is the card that I made when I had you in mind. And so whenever I see it, you can hear the smile in my face like a goofball. And she said one of the messages behind this card is, you know what is going to be big, you know what is going to hit great before it comes. So this full moon is going to highlight an opportunity to you in some way, maybe a new contract, maybe a new business venture, maybe even a new website, something along those lines, and it's going to be solid. All right, so even if, like I say always, like if it doesn't make sense to others but your intuition says yes, you got to follow it. With that said, I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Have a fantastic month, take care, and I will see you soon.